Me and my friends went to a pub on the weekend and I didn't drink, and we were having a conversation about girls, and one of my friends brought up the idea that he couldn't believe that I had so many opportunities when I was out with girls. I've had quite a few opportunities this year where girls have wanted me to take them home, get with them and all this, and I've turned it down. And there was one key moment where I turned it down. There's one like 3 weeks ago, and there was another one back in like April time where this girl was doing a lot to me, getting with me and all this, saying I was fit and like doing mad stuff in the club, acting really sexual towards me. And I said to my mate, he wanted to go home because he had work the next day, and I wanted to go gym the next day. I knew he would let me stay for a bit, and he would have stayed until like obviously I sealed the deal. But I said to her, I said I gotta go. And she was like, oh, why? I've got stuff to do tomorrow. In reality, the stuff I had to do the next day was go to the gym, was to work out, was to work on stuff. He was bringing up that and saying he can't believe the discipline that I've got, because now I don't have any addictions to anything as well, which is beautiful. I've been able to cut out my addictions. I see it from a different perspective than a lot of these guys. A lot of guys just view it as a girl wants to fuck them, so they fuck them straight away on that night. They're drunk, she's wanting it, so they just get with her, man. Don't get me wrong. If you want to do that, 100% fine, 100% fine. If you're into it, 100% fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Obviously, you got to be careful. But I view it from a different perspective, because I don't want to have ties to random girls and all these things that I didn't necessarily care about for a bit of fun, unless I was really into it, if that makes sense. And with these girls, I wasn't really into it that much. And they were attractive as well. They were attractive, but I understand that the discipline of me going to the gym the next day will give me way more fulfillment than if I got with this girl. Like the other week, it was so easy. Like, she wanted me to do stuff and all this, and I said, oh, we can meet at a later date, because I wasn't too on it that night. And it's one of these things that I understood, that I would rather be disciplined and be on a path of bettering myself and keep working and working and working and improving myself and leading to results in myself. And like the gym, I get true fulfillment in that. I get unbelievable fulfillment in that, which is beautiful. I would argue I get more fulfillment out of that than women more time, unless it's a real connection with a girl, like where it's a connection where you actually get on and you really like each other. That's a bit different. That's one of them things where it's very nice and that actually fulfills your soul. But in regards to these random women, what I've understood, and I think it's because I had a very bad experience a year ago with someone a year ago, with like casual sex and all this stuff, where they wanted something with me, they wanted a real relationship, and I didn't want a relationship with them. And I just viewed it as a certain quick little thing, and I told her that it was going to be like, and then she wanted a relationship, and then there's all this stuff and all this drama over it and all this bullshit. I feel like that just took me away from wanting to deal with women like that, where it's easy, where it's just quick. And it made me, especially in an environment where you're out, where you're clubbing, a lot of times, and some women, if one or two women watch this video, which they rarely do, they might disagree with this, but a lot of times the girls in the clubs are always getting with someone there, or they've always been with someone there. And this is what I've understood, because even when I go to the clubs, there's girls who I've had something with there pretty much every time, and I haven't even been about like that much. It might just be because most people in my city go to the same places, but I haven't been about like that much. I've only been in the game for like 3 years, and I haven't tried ridiculously hard. It's one of these things that a lot of guys have discipline, but they don't have discipline in the area of women. They don't have discipline in the women they dictate time with. If you want to achieve a physique that you're confident, happy in, if you want to just have a call with me, talk with me, no matter what you're going through, and I can try to help you. If you want to just overall help yourself and build a better version of yourself, a better mindset, shoot me an email at reallouis23@gmail.com, and I can work with you. We can jump on calls, I can make you a program, I can help you actually achieve who you want to be. Let's spend time with, let's see. They don't have discipline in that, and I found that crazy, because I feel like you got to be more disciplined in that area than, let's say, most areas, because that can fuck up your whole life. You get with the wrong woman on a one night stand thing, and she wants a kid, and you think, actually, she said she's on the pill, oh, it's all right, I'm gonna do whatever, and then you have sex or whatever, and then suddenly you got a kid coming. And it's almost one of these things that can ruin a lot of people's lives, and I've seen it happen so many times with people, and people just view it from the base level. They didn't view it from a deeper level. Okay, if I do this with this girl, it might lead to negative results. They might even have something, and more time it's not worth it. That's what I found. Obviously, in the right circumstances, it's completely different. Sometimes you're on it, other times you're not. But I think it's because I've had so much attraction ever since I built a physique and built a body. I built confidence. My cat's fucking about. Give me one sec. And I think it's because when you build a physique, when you build a strong physique and you start getting attention from girls, you understand that it's not even that much of an achievement now for you to pull a girl, you to get with a girl. It's not even all that now. And this is what I've understood. It's not even all that. Like, I forget how many girls I've had opportunities with and got on me and all this stuff. And I forget. I'm not saying I've got the highest body count in the world. I don't. But what I'm saying is you forget when you're in shape because you have so many different opportunities. You forget that this girl said she liked you, found you fit, wanted to do stuff. You forget this stuff and it doesn't mean as much. And what that does do is it can lead you down two paths. You have some guys who get addicted to that and stay with that and try to get with every girl they can. And then you get other guys who think, actually, this ain't all that. I'd rather a girl that I actually like properly. Don't get me wrong, like here or there, obviously different story. Like let's say the vibe's right and all this like I had last week and then you get with each other or whatever. That's completely different. But you have to be smarter, especially when you're in shape and you're working towards your goals. You have to be smarter, especially if you've got a bit of peace in your life. You're not too sad about your life and you're actually working towards things and things are going good. You have to be careful and you have to be smart because let's say, for example, these women that were in these places, do you really think that a week or two later they're not in the same club and there's not another guy on them and they're not getting with that other guy? Do you really think so? Of course, they're not really like that. And this is what I've understood, especially the ones who are forward. Like these two are a bit forward. So to be honest, is it even really worth the effort? Is it really even worth the getting a hotel and all this stuff, or getting home and making sure my parents didn't hear it and all this stuff? Like, is it really worth it? No, it's not. And what I will say is if you're new to it and if it's something you never truly experienced, obviously capitalize on that and enjoy them experiences and have them experiences. Obviously, if you haven't had them experiences, but when you've had enough experiences with girls and you've had so many different times where girls have been into you, wanted to do stuff, doing stuff with girls, you start viewing it from a different perspective. You start viewing it from a perspective that you want a girl that's actually genuine and you actually want qualities in a girl instead of just how they look, if that makes sense. And this is what I've understood now. The reality is, me going to the gym on both of them occasions was the right decision. It was the absolute right decision. I've got more results, I'm more confident, I'm more grateful of myself. And it's led to more attraction, more women, all this stuff, led to more money, and it keeps me more disciplined. This is the thing. You got to view it from this perspective. You can't be viewing it from the other perspective, a scarcity perspective, where you just get on anything because she's into you, you might as well. There's times where you might as well. There's times where you can, but if you have stuff to do, if you have goals to go towards, if you have things you want to achieve, don't always just dive into that and actually think smartly. Why don't you say to her, oh, maybe later on in the week we can meet and we can do something? Like I said that. Later on in the week we can meet and we can do something. Not tonight, because I got stuff to do tomorrow. I got things I want to work towards. I got goals. And this is where I'm finding the difference in my mentality with most people is they would just dive into a girl because she's giving them an opportunity and they're not used to it. When you're in shape, you get used to it. And you got to be smart with the women you deal with. You got to be smart. Let's say you're in shape and you got a bit of money. These girls are going to be coming to you, man. They're going to be wanting you. When you're in shape, they want you. Yet alone when you're in shape and let's say you got a bit of money. And if you make bad decisions and you get with girls that you shouldn't be getting with, you may accidentally get one of them pregnant. You may have one who really likes you for some reason and she's phoning your phone all the time and she's getting annoyed that you're going out and wanting to do this, but she's a bit toxic, she's a bit crazy, and I've had a fair share of crazy women. You get a bit turned off from the idea of just fucking anyone, especially when you don't know their character. And this is what I've truly understood. When you get older and when you get a bit smarter, you don't actually have to dive into that urge straight away. You could literally go home that night, get home a bit earlier, have some water as you get home because you've had a few drinks, and then sleep, go gym next day, work on your goals the next day, work on your business, try to make some money the next day, and that's going to lead to more results. And then let's say hypothetically you do that for enough time, you improve yourself, you just go out here or there just to be around people, enjoy yourself, don't drink too much. Like the other night I didn't drink at all and I had quite a good night. You will be in a position where you are working towards your goals are coming closer, you're in a better position, and then what's to say that the right girl don't come along? You see the right girl, you got that confidence, you're in shape, you like yourself, you see an attractive girl over there, go up and talk to her, have a good interaction, and you start seeing each other. It's that easy, and you actually like this girl instead of just a random girl from a club that you don't necessarily even care about. And granted, if you're in them environments, like I put myself in them environments, what do I expect? Like, you're not going to find a fucking wife or anything in there, but what I will say is when you get to a point where you're in shape and you've got enough confidence and all this, you will have girls coming to you and wanting to do stuff with you. But you gotta be smart with the women you deal with, especially. And not even on the club sense, let's say in a real life sense, relationship sense. You'll have girls who come to you because you're in shape, because you look good. But sometimes they're not a right fit. More than often, they're not a right fit, and you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. This is what I've understood. I've been careful now with the girls I truly dive into properly and make big stuff with, because there's been a lot of drama with shit in my life from these girls, when in reality, on the basis, they seem nice, they seem amazing. But there's also been amazing girls in my life. There's been beautiful girls who have treated me right, have had good connections with, and that's the main thing. And this is the thing you gotta understand. I've been rambling so much in this video, but I hope you lot get the message in this, man. When you get in shape, after a while, after let's say 3 years, like me, 3 years, and I keep getting in better shape, you get more attraction, but it doesn't mean as much. It isn't all about that then. What it's about is being smart and making the right moves for your life in the future at that point, instead of just making a bad decision now. Could lead to negative results, and that's gonna be a true message in this video.